Hey everyone, hope you're having an awesome day today. It has been just over a year since the purchase of my 2024 BRZ TS. Now, I've done a lot of modifications to my car. I've got to enjoy it, take it to a lot of car shows over the past year. It has been an awesome car. Today, I wanted to take you through my entire year of ownership of this car, and I want to answer one super important question by the end of this video. Was it worth it? So in today's video, we're going to find out if it was worth purchasing my 2024 BRZ TS. Let's take a quick trip down memory lane to the day that I picked up my car. Now, to this date, I've accumulated almost 20,000 kilometers on this car in almost 1 year of ownership, which is crazy to me. It has been an awesome journey, and I just want to take you through some of the modifications I've done to my car throughout this journey, starting with the first one. So as a lot of you know, I used to have a 2020 BRZ base model manual, and one of the things that I did to that car was I got the red wheels for it, which has been a staple of my BRZs for a long time, which is the first thing I did to this car. As you may remember from one of my previous videos, I painted the wheels white. I did really love the red color on this car. I think it suited it. It kind of reminded me of like the GT3 RS white with red combo. I love that a lot. But the white suited the build a lot more. Now obviously the red wheels were wider, so I needed to get more grip behind the extra power that this car produced. With all that being said, I did end up changing the actual tire size from 235 to 255 to get even more grip out of this car, because I mean, it's pushing some extra power. Don't come at me in the comments saying it's just a BRZ. I know it's just a BRZ. I didn't buy it because I needed to roast the tires on it. I gave this car the extra wide tires because I thought it would be great for the performance and handling of this vehicle, because I do want to track it someday. So the next thing I bought for my car was actually coilovers. I already had a set of the Street Z basis coilovers, which you needed to swap out the top hats for, which kind of sucked in my opinion. They had some adjustment to them, but not a whole lot, so it didn't really make for much improvement. So I went ahead and I picked up a used set of the Teen Flexi coilovers with the top hats on them, so I could just swap them onto the car. I bought those coilovers over the winter time for about 600 bucks, so it wasn't really a big expenditure. The amount of coilover customization you can get with a fully adjustable set is awesome. Like the actual front and rear of the car look really good as they sit, and I think that's mainly because of the coilover setup. Now, for those of you who actually know me personally, I love making impulse decisions when it comes to buying car parts, The coilovers were impulse. The wheels were pretty impulse when I first bought them back in the day. I didn't really have the money for them, so I threw them on a credit card, bought the wheels. I ended up paying off that credit card and it was all good. But one of the next things I did didn't really surprise anyone. After I lowered my car, put the wheels on it, I found an exhaust setup on Facebook Marketplace that was 5 hours away. It was so cool. Me and my girlfriend, we packed up the next morning. It was like 6 a.m. We got up, we drove 5 hours one way just to get an exhaust setup for this car for super cheap. I found the listing on Marketplace the night before. We were supposed to go to PEI on the Sunday, which we did end up doing, but we went on Saturday to St. John, New Brunswick, and we picked up an NVIDIA N1 catback exhaust system for $600. Normally, that is a super expensive exhaust, so it was a treat getting that for the price. Plus, I wanted to drive this car for the first time. After our long trip, we got everything all set up in the car. I'll put a picture right here of when we actually picked up the exhaust. I had the back seats all folded down. Everything was kind of a mess, but we made it back, and I got one of the technicians at work to slap this on for me, because as you know, I'm working on the street and that's not safe. So I needed somebody to actually do that for me that had the tools. The next three things that I did to my car all kind of happened at the same time. It was really coincidental that they all just kind of came together at the same time. So let me break it down for you. So I was scrolling through Amazon one day and I found this duckbill for the BRZ. It looked like it was supposed to be gloss black, but it came in this like carbon fiber look. I think it looks really cool in the car, and if you didn't know it wasn't carbon fiber, you might actually believe it was. It is lightweight, probably just ABS plastic, and it's held on pretty well until now. That was one of the things I saw, so I added it to my cart, just thinking, I might buy this later. Then I also ran into these guys right here. One of the problems I have with buying side marker lights is they don't always fit properly, or the pigtails don't work. But these connected correctly the first time right away, so I didn't know that at the time. I went ahead and I ordered both those pieces, and 2 weeks later they were at my doorstep. One of the other things I hate about working as Subaru is I have access to all of the parts and accessories, so for some reason I felt it was necessary to buy these vortex generators for the car. I think it looks kind of cool with the rear setup going on, but I don't know. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. I think it looks pretty decent, but do they actually help with aerodynamics? I'm on the fence about that. After installing 3 cosmetic mods to my car, I figured it was time for something with a little more oomph to it. We went to visit my parents back home in Ontario, and while we were there, I decided that I was going to look on Facebook Marketplace because, like I said, I'm an impulse buyer when it comes to things like that, and I found a really good deal on a front pipe. So while we were in Ontario, I went down to Mississauga and we found a front pipe for $200. It was a DC Sports front catless pipe, and I didn't know much about it, so I did my research and decided, hey, that would be a decent deal. We went and picked it up the next day. Now again, it's normally something that I would install myself, but I don't have a shop anymore. I don't have access to tools or a lift or anything like that, so I had the technicians install it for me at work. I did give them a little bit of a hand in the shop, and we got it installed. Now this exhaust setup is honestly pretty awesome. One of the things I don't like is NVIDIA uses a 3-inch pipe all the way through, and the DC Sports is the regular 2 3/4. So it doesn't always bolt up 100%, but with the gasket it seemed to be all right. The amount of pops and bangs that this car makes when you downshift is unreal. Let me play a couple now. Now the only other real things that I've done as of recently are I've installed these rear spats. They come in a gloss black finish. I don't want to go too close because they're filthy right now. Obviously, as per the last video, we put illicit stickers on the rear and on the front of the car. We put this on when I first got the car as well. I didn't really think it was important to mention that. the front banner. It doesn't really mean too much. And then lastly, we have the likewise weighted shift knob, which I love driving with this on a daily basis. I think it makes a little bit of a difference. Now, with all the modifications I've done to my car, was it worth it? I think all the modifications I've done have been worth it, and sometimes I want to do more to the car, or I want to change out certain modifications to different brands, which is totally fine. I mean, that's just part of being a car guy, I guess. But overall, for the BRZ TS, let's dive into some of those things that I mentioned in the very first video I made. After 1 year of ownership, I would say owning a BRZ TS is worth it. But is it worth the money to go from a sport or a premium to a TS? Now, the answer I have is probably not what you're looking for. My answer is no, it's not worth getting a TS. Let me explain why though. Over the past year of working at Subaru, I've realized that there's not a huge difference between the Sport Tech and the highest trim TS BRZ. The only real difference you're getting is badging, upgraded suspension, blacked interior instead of chrome, blue stitching, and the same seat. Like, there's no real difference between them. Now, does that mean it's not worth it? I mean, to some people it is. To me, I thought it was super cool. We didn't have any other BRZs come in at that time, so this is the one I ended up with because I thought the TS was like the be all end all, the highest trim you can get. But sometimes it's not. Like, if I had bought the lower trim, I would have saved money on the car and I would have had the exact same outcome, just without the blue stitching interior and the black accents outside. Do I love this car? Yes, 100%. If I was shopping for a BRZ, I would choose the TS time and time again, because this is a car that I have grown to love so much over the course of 1 year. It's absolutely crazy that 1 year ago I picked up this car and I've been enjoying it ever since. If you're in the market for a BRZ, test them all. I mean, maybe the base model is good for you. I like having CarPlay in my car, and I like having all of these extra features like heated seats and all that. So that was worth it for me to get something that I've never had before in a BRZ, because my old one, like I mentioned before, was just a base manual, so it didn't have heated seats. It didn't have any, like, it had Bluetooth in it, but it didn't have CarPlay. There was lots of other trims and features that just felt like they weren't of quality. So it's nice to have a car that just has everything in it. So I really wanted to have the best version of this car that I could. I kind of want to jump around topics here for just 1 second, and I want to go back to why I got a BRZ in the first place. So growing up, I was a huge fan of like Mustangs and like muscle cars, because that's what my dad was into. So my dad's kind of the reason I got into cars a little bit. But I used to watch a lot of YouTube videos growing up in high school because I didn't want to do homework, if I'm being completely honest. Like most teenagers do, I slacked off and put my work to the very last minute, and I used to watch a lot of YouTube, and that YouTube content was a lot of like typical YouTubers like TJ Hunt, Adam LZ, those big creators. And I used to watch Robbie Ferreira a lot. He was the inspiration for why I got a BRZ, because he lived in Canada, he got a BRZ, he modified it, and I followed with his channel for a long time. Now, some of you may be thinking, why would you get a car based off of what a YouTuber has? And I think it's just more of a emotional attachment to the car. I used to watch him growing up. I watched every single one of his videos, and it meant like a lot to me that I was able to get into a financial situation that I could get a BRZ. That's why I love these cars. They're affordable. I have like a sentimental attachment to them, and they're just fun, dailyable cars that you can modify and have fun with. So at the end of the day, I chose a BRZ that was right for me, and I think the TS isn't for everyone. It is one of those trims that you don't really need to fork out the extra money, and you're not really getting a whole lot extra. So is the BRZ T worth it? My answer is no, but I love it. That's car guys for you though. If you want a car, you go and frickin' get it. So that's my statement on that, guys. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. It was kind of fun to make, actually, whether or not you should get a BRZ TS. and my 1 year ownership of the car. So it has been an awesome 1 year with the car. I love it, I truly do. When I say you shouldn't buy one, I mean, it's not really worth that extra bit of money. If you're looking for a BRZ, you should get something a little bit cheaper if you want, and modify it to how you want it to be. Because I mean, getting the TS stuff, you end up replacing a lot of the things that make it a TS. So that's just my 2 cents on the car. Obviously, everyone has their own opinion. I do love this car. I love driving it. I don't regret it at all. So, I mean, you know, to each their own. So if you want a BRZ TS, go buy one from me. I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you like the content, please leave a like and stay tuned for more. So peace, guys.